Match Lagaa. Today we have with us a very strong, a very inspiring personality. She's the Director of Human Resources Training and Processes at Matchlagaa Specials and also the founder of Healyam, a well-being initiative. Thank you so much, ma'am, for having us, and it is an honor to welcome you and introduce you all to Ameeta Menon, a very gorgeous and a very inspiring personality indeed. Thank you so much for having us, and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you for having me on this show. It's really a privilege for me, and I'm really happy to be talking about Healyam. Healyam is my baby, and I really am very excited about this conversation that we're going to have. So, Healyam is an initiative that I started about a year ago. So it actually was born in a conversation that I was having with my MD. There's a lot of stuff that we do at Matchlagaa Spice which is integral to the community. A lot of things. So there's a lot of sustainable work that we do. Like we have a organic farming activity that is happening and stuff like that. But I think from a very holistic space, we decided that it's very integral to the way we work with our employees, where we bring in wellness and happiness. Happiness being the integral part of what we want to do at Matchlagaa, and by feeling the happiness within, making it available also to the guests. So what happens is, by creating happiness from within, we'll also generate that happiness into the community. So it started off like that. When we started, initially it was a very small thing. We launched it in a small way for the employees. And 6 months after the launch and running it, with a research project, I ran a research project within the organization for about 25 employees, where we put them through a whole battery of different kind of practices. So we did, we had some physical exercises, we had some mental conditioning exercises, we had certain gratitude building exercises. There were a whole lot of activities that I had curated, which we ran very diligently for about 6 months for this project group. And when we saw the results, we were really very excited about it, because we didn't expect that we would have such a beautiful outcome of it.
So ma'am, since we are talking about mental health and all the emotional health, what weightage does a synchronization between the mental, physical and emotional training and health of any sportsman play in their a build up to a successful career? So how important is there to be a sync?
I think it's very important to be in balance, first of all. And if you have to look at some of the really successful sports people, you would have found that many of them live their lives in a very, very balanced way. And possibly that is their success story, and that's the reason for their success. What is happening today is physical conditioning and physical enhancement of physical fitness is very important for a sport.
Totally.
Everybody gives a lot of weightage to that. And though mental conditioning is spoken about in some spaces or some countries or in some sport, I don't know whether it is actually being spoken about enough. And the important thing is that with the way it is known that a good percentage of people in college sport, almost 20 to 21% of college sport athletes go through some form of depression or anxiety, etc., when they are not able to go to the next level of sport. It happens naturally even at college level, then club levels, and then of course you have state level, and there is nobody that they don't know how to address, because mental illness or mental health is basically a chemical imbalance in the brain. Okay, it's a chemical imbalance in the brain, and this is not visible to that person. He may not even know it, but it might become visible to the people that he interacts with. So, like the very specific some type of symptoms that might be is he or she has suddenly become very isolated, not wanting to mix with too many people. So these are kind of things that one can pick up as symptoms, and maybe then it is brought to light because it has been noticed by somebody else. So very importantly, I feel that along with physical fitness, the mental fitness is, of course, everybody knows intellectually that it is required, but there is a huge stigma because nobody wants to say I have an issue with my mind. Okay, why? Because people say that there's a major problem, I don't want to talk about it. Even if there's a problem, they don't want to talk about it because there is stigma attached to it. So important thing is bringing awareness, building awareness in sporting circles or in any circles, bringing awareness that it is okay, it is also part of this. It is just as important as physical fitness is also taking care of your mind and your emotion, as important as that.